Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. That's lesson number 5, which is graphing linear inequality. Graphing linear inequality. So graphing linear inequality is the same as graphing the linear equation. If you remember how we can graph the linear equation, I need to solve question x plus 4y equals 2. If you want to graph this equation, how you can graph it?
You make x and y0. You make a y0 and then find x, and then you make x0 find y.
That's one of the ways. What you say is right, 100% right, not wrong.
Okay.
Can we find another way? The first way, that's inform me that let x, when x equals 0, it's mean 4y equals 2. Then y equals 1 over 2.
Y is 1/2.
When y equals 0, it's mean x is equals 2. So the first ordered pair will be 0 and 1 over 2, and the second ordered pair is 2 and 0. That's one of the ways that let x equal 0, find the value of y, let y equal 0, then find the value of x. That's one of the ways. The other way?
And we do elimination.
Elimination for what? That's one of the ways. The other way, can we graph by using the slope-intercept form? How we can do it by this way? If you write the equation in the form y equals mx plus b. So shifting x to the other side, it will be 4y equals negative x plus 2. That's right?
Yeah.
Then divide all of the equation by 4. I'm just revising how we can represent the equation graphically.
So y equals?
So y equals negative 1 over 4x plus 1 over 2. That's another way. So it's mean the y-intercept equals
1 over 2.
1 over 2. And the slope is negative 1 over 4. It's mean it's going down 1 and going to the right 4. Is that right?
Yes.
So you can represent the equation by 2 ways. Let x equal 0 and let y equal 0. Then find 2 ordered pairs, or by using slope-intercept form.
Okay.
So that's the 2 ways that we can represent the linear equation. We will follow the same. We will convert the inequality to be an equation. So to graph the inequality, number 1, convert the inequality to be an equation. So it will be x plus 4y is equals to 2. Equals 2. Then this equation, the easiest way, if you find the equation written in the form ax plus by equals c, the easiest way that let x equal 0 and let y equal 0, then find the 2 ordered pairs. But if you find the equation written in slope-intercept form, so it's easy to find by using the slope and y-intercept.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
So let x equal 0 and let y equal 0. So when x equals 0, it's mean 4y equals 2. It's mean y equals 1 over 2. So the ordered pair will be 0 and 1 over 2. When y equals 0, it's mean x is equals 2. Then it will be 2 and 0. Any problem until now?
No.
Okay. So we can graph. Okay. So the first point that we have now, which is 0 and 1 over 2.
Yeah.
And the second point, which is 2 and 0. Go back to the inequality. What is the meaning of greater than or smaller than? It's mean it's included at the graph or not included? Included or not included? It's not included.
To make the dot.
Yes.
The dot
so we need now to graph the line. So how we can graph the line? Let me just a minute.
Dashed line.
Dashed line.
Yeah.
So it will be by this way. This would be a dashed line. Why dashed line?
Because
it's more than or less than. More than or less than. Any problem for this one?
No.
Now the solution, until now, any problem? If that's more than or equal, it will be a line, not dashed line. It will be a line, solid line. But if that's more than only or less than only, it will be dashed line, dot line. So the next step, we need to find the solution. If you remember, when I say the y is more than 2 to graph this one, you just choose 2. Please, if you don't use the mic, switch off the mic. Right side. Then we have a shaded part, not only one point. So the same for the inequality between x and y. It must be shaded region. Which part will be shaded? If you see now the graph, the line is divide the plane into two parts, above the line and below the line. Which part will be shaded?
Above.
Just a minute. Where is this one? Okay. Above the line or below the line, that's what we know. Just replace, to need to check. Choose any point like 0 and 0. And by substitution, add the equation for 0 plus 4 times 0 is greater than 2. If this relation is right or wrong? This
Wrong,
relation,
right.
it's
Right.
0 plus 4 plus 0 is more than 2?
Oh, no, wrong.
No, it's mean 0 and 0 is not at the solution. It's mean the solution will be above the line. Or you can find it with an easy way. Look at y here. Y here is positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. And the sign is greater than. If y is positive, then if the sign is more than, it's mean you shade above the line.
Okay.
If that's less than, you will shade below the line. That's only if y is positive. If y is negative, you will do the inverse. We are solving when y is positive. If y is positive, what is the sign that you will find? If y is positive, it's mean you will shade above the line if that's more than. If that's less than, you will shade below the line if that's less than. Any problem for this one? If you didn't understand it, we can explain it one more time. If you didn't understand this one, we can explain it one more time.
Sir, can you explain the of the shading?
Which
the
part?
Last part, the
last part?
leg equation, the 0
Again
plus
for
4.
this one.
Yeah.
Again for this one. Now we have the graph. The line is divide the plane into two regions. One part above the line, one part below the line. Is that right? One part contains 0 and 0. One part doesn't contain 0 and 0. So we need to check the easiest way that you can choose any point. The easiest point that you can choose it, which is 0 and 0. Then check if you replace x with 0 and y with 0. If that satisfies the inequality or not. If that satisfies the inequality, then the part which contains 0 and 0 is one of the solution part. The part for the solution is the region part, the part that you have to shade it. If the 0 and 0 not satisfy the inequality, it means 0 and 0 is not lies at the solution region. So how we can solve it? Just replace x with 0. I will erase this part just a minute. Just replace 0 and 0. So 0 plus 4 times 0. Is it more than 2? If this inequality is true for this case? Yes or no? 0 plus 4 times 0. Is that right?
Yes, not true.
It's not true. It means the part which contains 0 and 0, not the part of the solution. It's not the shaded part. So what is the other part? Which is above the line. This part will be the shaded part. You got the idea for this one?
Yes.
Is that clear now? مية ولا ما في مية؟
مية.
Okay. So how we can solve number 2? Number 1, change the inequality to be an equation. So it will be 3x plus 1 over 2. Y is smaller or is equals to? Is equals to. This equation is written in the form ax plus by equals 2. So we can say that when x is equal to 0 and y is equals to 0. Then when x is equal to 0, it means 1 over 2. Y equals 2. Then y equals 4. Then it will be 0 and 4. When y equals 0, it means 3x equals 2. It means x is equals 2 over 3. So the solution now, or the order pair, 2 over 3 and 0. Okay. So that's the coordinate that we have. Just a minute to change the pen. The first point, which is 0 and 4. 0 and 4. The second point, which 2 over 3 and 0. 2 over 3 and 0, it's before 1. It's not necessary to be the exact value. I just need how the graph will be look like. Because it's smaller than or equal, it will be
dash.
Dotted line, dashed line. So we'll make it a dashed line.
And you'll shade it below.
Yes.
The portion that has 0 in it.
So we'll shade the parts here. Just a minute.
Sir, you shade the left side?
Which part will be shaded? The right part or the left part?
Left
It
side.
depends.
The left
Because
part,
it's
bigger
smaller than, it must be at the left. We will check if the solution is right or wrong. Suppose that's the normal way. Because it's smaller than, I will shade the left part. So this part will be shaded. This part will be shaded. That is the solution. But we need to check if the solution is right or not. We need to check 0 and 0 lies at the solution or not. So it's 3 times 0 plus 1 over 2 times 0. If it is smaller than 2,
Yes.
yes, it means the part which contain the point 0 and 0 satisfy the relation. If you choose any other point at the blue parts here, the yellow part here, you will find that it lies at the solution. It satisfies the relation.
Yes.
You understand this one? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Is there any point is not clear for this one?
No.
You get the
Clear,
idea
sir.
for this one? Clear or not
Yes.
clear? Okay.
Clear.
So, can you solve number 3, please? Solve
Yes,
number
sir.
3 and send it to me. Solve number 3.